Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney, and today we have a very exciting Frieren haul. I have been so hyped to finally unbox these. I had to wait for some of the figures to come in because I kind of bought some separately, or just kind of waiting for re-releases, and or like for things to release, and just kind of accumulated. I'm like, all right, this is the time, because there's still some more that I like want to get or have pre-ordered, but I'm like, I'm not waiting any longer. And I also thought by this point the big scale figure that I'm getting would be out, but that kept getting delayed and delayed, and now it's like it's all the way delayed to May. So I didn't want to wait any longer. I'm like, I can still just do a whole separate video just on that figure itself, or with all the other little stuff that I'll probably get, because Frieren is really one of my like favorite series right now. I love it so much. And before we actually start on our kind of going over everything, I do want to give a fair warning that some things, if you haven't at least watched the anime, may be a spoiler. So if you're not wanting any spoilers, I'm gonna just give that fair warning right now. I just won't go too much into detail on certain things. I might kind of gush about certain ones because there are certain ones that I was very excited about, but I just want to go ahead and give that warning out right now. I even set my desktop background to be like one of the very iconic scenes. Again, potential spoiler. And I hate that you can't see it, but I'm gonna turn the camera so you can kind of see it. Love it. So we will go ahead like normal and start with the Nendroids. Okay, I figure we will start with one that doesn't have a direct pair, at least right now, in Nendroid, and that is Übel. I think I'm saying her name right. And she is a character that I like and don't like, and I don't know why I like her, but she's just kind of like a baddie on her own, and she really grew on me as a character throughout the series. But with her Nendroid, you get kind of her sly, like teasing, testing eyes, her in a battle pose, and then that's kind of basically most of it. I will say hers is pretty overall simple, and it did come with a bonus part, which is some scissors, and that also pairs up with kind of a significant scene with her that I won't give away too much, but I loved that detail, so I'm like, you know what, I'll get her bonus. Again, I just feel like Nendroids aren't coming with a whole lot anymore, and I feel like they really kind of just gave the bare minimum to her, but this is the pose we are working with. She does have the hair that you can kind of move around, so you can kind of move her ponytail, and she has like kind of the extra leg piece, which I actually really like, and I thought this was like a really cool and fitting pose for her, and I have always just kind of adored her outfit and style, so I'm just pretty happy to have her. And I went with kind of one of her more, it's kind of like tormenting, menacing, excited to be killing poses. But she is a fun one that you definitely can't trust, but I enjoy her. Moving on to the two that just break my heart, that is of course Frieren and Himmel. They just deserve so much more. So we'll start kind of talking about Himmel first. That sweet, sweet boy, he's so sweet. We have kind of a eyes closed, like handout pose, him with the sword. Again, this kind of fun sword pose as well. And I will say, like with this piece, it's interesting because it just kind of slots in his hand. You kind of just let the sword sit, which is kind of surprising that they don't have something that kind of pairs into the hand to make it work, but it still works pretty well. Of course, the flowers. Very significant flower crown. And again, him just being happy with Frieren. I adore him so much. He's just a little sweetie. And then we have Frieren, again, kind of with some flowers at the bottom of the base. Her kind of like mid-battle in air pose. Her with her grimoire. She loves her grimoires. One of the blue flowers. I actually adore this one, and I almost posed her like that, but I changed my mind. With of course a little suitcase, and then her with Fern in a little suitcase. These two also came with bonuses as well. For Frieren, she came with a little like pudding, and then Himmel came with what I think is the best thing and they should have just honestly made it just standard in there, but whatever, is the mirrored lotus ring. And if you know the significance of that, and that's kind of what this background is on my computer, you just know how like absolutely precious that was. So that was a must-have for me. So this is how I chose to pose Himmel, or Himmel. And he has a little flower crown. I love his little beauty mark. And then him holding the ring. I mean, obviously the ring's not going to be insanely detailed. It's an android, but it's still very cute. It's kind of one of those like longer like pegs, so it can kind of go through the cape. But yeah, he turned out honestly really good. I think they did a great job color-wise on his hair. I think his face are perfect. I think they gave exactly what they needed. And he's just the sweetest boy. I feel like they could have maybe done a little more shading on his hair, but overall I am pretty happy with how he turned out. His eyes look incredible. And then we have of course, Frieren herself. Her little hairs are of course movable, so you can kind of make them look like they're blowing in the wind, anything like that. Her eyes also look adorable, and her little elf ears are perfect with the little earrings she has. Her little cape part moves, so you can kind of move that out of the way or kind of make it look like it's flowing in the wind too. I love that added detail, but it stays on very well. So very happy with that. And I chose to pose her with the blue flowers because I really wanted to kind of do in a sense, a scene pair with Himmel. And I just really wanted them to both be smiling and happy. So that was like a must for me. Again, I think they did a pretty good job. She has kind of a crazy hair seam line, but most androids do. Again, maybe could use a tiny bit more shading, but I do think overall they have nailed the character designs of Frieren. So, pretty happy with that. My one gripe is, I thought this would have been like, I guess, not like rubber plastic. I don't know what you call it, kind of like the more hard plastic that you could actually like stick into the base. If that makes sense, like that they typically do with like effects pieces. But they just kind of give you this flimsy little piece that you just kind of put on the base, which it doesn't slot in anything, just kind of loosely there, which I think is kind of dumb. And then here we do have her staff, which I think is actually beautifully detailed. And then if you need to put in her hand, the bottom part pops off. Moving on to my favorite, hopefully, future couple. I love their dynamic together. We have Fern and Stark. And we'll start with Stark. So with Stark, he comes with, of course, a little ice cream sundae and a spoon. Then, of course, his axe and a kind of a more intimidating face. Him just always looking happy. And there's like something I love about this that I will kind of show with the android itself. So actually put the axe like on his back. Him just getting probably bullied by Fern. Of course, a little axe and like a little leg up. Him with the little bracelet that he got for Fern. And then Fern just beating him up. So love that detail. And then with Fern, of course, she's got like her little magic circle thing. Her eating bread with the little face that's used for both pouting and eating. I guess her more just classic like neutral face. Then you can have her hold her staff as well. Her just kind of with the slight open mouth. There's the little bread again, the comb, and then her with Frieren. These two also came with bonuses as well. Fern came with the potion that Frieren gave her that dissolves clothes. And then for Stark, he came with like the ridiculously large hamburg steak. So with Stark, I decided to pose him with his little ice cream sundae. Of course, I love that they got the little extra face. I can't remember if it was a burn or birthmark or scar. I don't remember. But of course, they have that perfect little detail. I actually think his hair is probably one of the best that they did with the line, and his face is, of course, adorable. Love the detailing to his outfit and everything. And then what I love about this, to have this be on his back that comes with like this separate little piece that you, instead of like the normal standard, like I guess peg that you kind of put into the back, this one comes with a special one that you can just slot the weapon in, and I actually adore that detail very much. And this is how I chose to pose Fern. I think they also nailed kind of just like the right amount of details to her outfits and got very much her, I mean, she's not like a heavily expression girl, so we kind of stuck with this, which I actually really love. And I love the details, of course, with her hair pin that she kind of has on the back, hair clip. And I really love how the flow of her hair is as well. It kind of comes with like kind of a more special shaped base, or shaped kind of stand, which I love because she has like that thicker amount of hair and I would love them to do that more often. So I hope that they do. So if you're wanting this piece, you have to completely open the whole box. It is behind the detail paper that's kind of in there, and it's stuck to the back. So look for that if you have not found this and you're wondering where it is. That's usually where they put them. I hate that they do that, especially when they don't put on the box to check there. So just fair warning on that if you are looking for this, and then that comes with like a special little stand piece as well. But I think they also did her weapon so beautifully well. So very happy with her. All right, I think we will do this next. I did get, I forget what exactly they're called, but they're kind of just like bust in a way, like small little bust. And I believe it's by MegaHouse or Bandai, maybe both. And it is the, I think kind of like the exclusive or special version. Because it comes with the little Himmel statue instead of like the normal pack that would just come with the three of them, which is Frieren, Fern, and Stark. But I actually loved these, and I'm very excited to see how they look in person because I thought they just seemed really cool with kind of how the details are. Usually I'm not a big like bust fan, but I do really like how these look. So I'm excited to get into them. Yep, let's go ahead and unbox these. Okay, so I got them out of the box and they actually look really cool and honestly pretty well detailed for being pretty small and honestly decently affordable. I'll have to put on the screen because I can't remember what I paid for, but I know it was like 60-ish maybe dollars, maybe less. I can't remember actually. But here is Stark. I almost thought they forgot to put like the little either scar or burn mark, whatever it was, detail there, but they do have it on there. Beautiful detailing and texture towards everything. Here's kind of how it looks on the back. We have the dragon, which of course is very significant to Stark and his kind of journey. A little band-aid onto him and everything. Oh, wow, I will say the faces actually look pretty good. Everything looks well detailed, and then here's kind of like the detail of kind of the name, I believe, of the show or the manga or whatever. But yeah, no, he actually looks really good. I will say these are smaller than I anticipated them to be, but I'm not too mad about it because I think they'll look really cute on a shelf. And up next we have Fern. Again, beautiful face sculpting, gorgeous detailing, honestly really well shaded. The details of the necklace and the bottle. Little rock and everything too. I just love how they put just like subtle little details that are again so significant to each character. Oh, they look so good. And lastly we have Frieren herself, and the book, or her grimoire, looks amazing. Even if you kind of get an up close look, I don't know if you can kind of see it, has a little writing in it. And my favorite part, and really what sold me on this, the back of hers has the statues of them, of the original traveling like hero group. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that detail. I will say her hair is kind of roughly painted, but I'm not too mad about it. Wow. Of course the flowers, stunning. And of course the little bonus, which is just Himmel. I love him so much. Like, the fact that he basically just wanted all these statues around so Frieren would never be alone and never forget them. Because my favorite thing about Himmel is that he was such a green flag. Like, he loved Frieren so much and so honestly, but he never pushed her to discover those emotions and make her love him back. He just loved her fully as who she was, and I just love it so much. And it does come with, of course, the little flower crown to put on top. I think I put that on the right way. Oh my goodness. I think that was, yeah, no, that has to be the right way. Ugh. My goodness. This feels almost like rubber though. So that's kind of interesting. That's so precious though. I love that. Okay. Moving on to the figures that kind of started getting me back into buying prize figures. And that is these guys. It is, of course, Frieren and Himmel in a kind of like a dancing dress, like when they were at a party. It is by SEGA, and it is their, I think, Luminasta version, which I don't know what that means. I'll put that on the screen, but I'm assuming that's maybe another brand or some type of style that they make. I'm assuming it's the type of style they make. But they looked gorgeous, and I just could not pass it up. I mean, you're kidding. You're kidding. This is just, oh, they just seem so sweet, so can't wait to open them up. Obviously, prize figures are always a little more roughly packaged, but not too bad. Okay, so with Frieren's base, she has this kind of like marbled looking style of floor. I would say it kind of looks weirdly printed on. Like, I get the concept they're going for. It doesn't look bad from a distance, so that's all that really matters. But like up close, it kind of has that weird, like, rough printing look to it, which I'm assuming was intentional. But then we have Frieren herself, and oh my god, actually her face sculpt is super good. And I love just like the subtle flow of her dress. It actually looks really, really nice. Even like her hair looks like pretty well done for a, what, a $20-ish figure? Oh my goodness. She actually looks really good. And then that's how she looks on the base. She looks gorgeous. I will say this is actually a really gorgeous figure. Wow. I'm really impressed. Like, even the details to like her collarbone and chest and everything, and like nice detailing to her hair. I'm pretty impressed. Okay, so Hero comes into two separate pieces, so we'll just quickly assemble him. Same kind of concept with the base, except his is kind of like a gray. It actually looks pretty gray in person. Don't know if that shows up on camera too well, but then with like the white marbling and same kind of print texture. And I'll say, they made Himmel pretty tall. He actually looks like decent sized, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like from certain angles his face looks kind of wide, but it still works, and he's got like a good little kind of slant to him, offering his hand to dance with Frieren. So I love that. It was kind of a fight to get him all assembled. I really had to like push him in there, but here he is. Actually, again, beautiful detailing even to the clothing. His hair and face looks overall pretty well. I will say I think Frieren's face looks a little better, but his isn't that for a prize figure. And kind of same with the hair sculpt, like not bad. I'm still pretty impressed. And it wasn't too hard to slot into the spot of where his feet go. Wow. Wow, he's actually pretty tall. Wow. I'm pretty impressed. I can't wait to do the B-roll for them, but oh my gosh. They look so sweet. I'm honestly impressed that they got the height difference down. Oh my god, her hand looks so small in his hand too. Oh my goodness, the B-rolls are gonna be so good. Oh my goodness. They look so good. I feel like you can't see it from this distance, but oh, they look good. I kind of wish they had like one base. I honestly would have preferred even an opportunity to just buy them as a set. But I'm still not too mad. They look so cute, and honestly, they slide up together so nicely. I love them. Oh my goodness. Okay, moving along to the scale figures we actually have to unbox. The most affordable scale figures I have ever had. They are by elCOCO, and it is Frieren and Fern. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about these. They are a 1/7 scale, but they were only like 20-ish if I recall, 20, 30. I actually got, I waited until their re-release because they actually had a really quick turnaround re-release on them. And I got them then. I think I paid the normal price for Frieren, but Fern was actually on the pre-owned section for like 100 and like it was basically almost like $10. 10, like at most $10. So I ended up canceling my main order and I just picked her up. So they did arrive at different times, which kind of sucked. But now they finally are both here. And I'm so excited to unbox them and actually see how they turned out in person. So it's interesting because they kind of arrive like a prize figure. You're not getting a whole lot of protection. So we have Fern out. Her hand is separated. I had to put that in. But here she is. I'm impressed. For the price I paid for her, I'm very impressed. I hope this company like continues to make more of this type of style. I will gladly pay for those. This is gorgeous, like the flow of her dress. I think her face turned out beautifully. Her hair is just stunning. They got beautiful detail down to her hairpin, and even the details onto her clothes are quite gorgeous. I think she's very well designed, and of course, here she is as a 1/7 scale. Amazing size too. And then here we have Frieren herself. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gorgeous. Wow. Like, sorry, I got very impressed. Wow. Her face sculpt is gorgeous. The hair detailing is also stunning. Her outfit perfectly done. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's cute. Oh, she's cute. Oh, I'm very impressed. I'll put her up with you can kind of see them off. Oops. I don't know if you can kind of see them in the distance, but I will have better B-roll, but I'm impressed. The only thing is the packaging is a little scary because it's very, very unsecure. But I mean, hey, they showed up with no damages in my opinion. I think they turned out fantastic. I am very impressed. I think, isn't it MegaHouse that makes the palm size ones, I believe? They should take notes because these are half the cost of a normal palm size one and honestly probably better and a better size. So I would much rather get these over like the palm ones. Like typically MegaHouse, like the cost of those ones are crazy for such a small figure. Take notes, guys. Take notes. If you were like even thinking about picking them up, please do. Obviously don't pay any like ridiculous amount of money for them if you can help it. These are stunning. Honestly, all the figures we unboxed today were stunning. I would recommend any of them if you're like wherever kind of even thinking about it. I would definitely buy all of these again, and honestly got them all for a pretty decent price. Obviously Nendroids are the normal prices, but I think they did a beautiful job with, especially at least the pre-order bonuses. But everything else also, yeah, is gorgeous. I'm hoping soon to maybe in March or maybe in May, we'll finally get to have the big scale of Fern and Frieren. Please let that release finally. So hoping to have that eventually, and then we'll do a video on that. But overall, I'm very happy with what I got. Let me know in the comments if you guys happen to have any of these figures or who's your favorite character from Frieren. But that is all I have for you guys today, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!